If there's anyone somewhere telling you that credit is not good in the UK, not just the UK, I mean US, Canada, Australia, and Europe. The reason why I linked these countries together and I talked about them simultaneously is because they have the same, almost the same system, almost the same working system that works as rational as it should be. So if there's anybody somewhere telling you credit is not good in the UK, tell the person to go and sit down somewhere that he or she doesn't know what they're talking about. You understand? It's always very good to seek information. It's always good to be educated. It's always good to gather pieces of knowledge in the areas you think you're falling short. In the areas where you think you're falling short. Check all the rich men within Nigeria. All the rich men within Nigeria. Not just Nigeria, but I'm just making that one as an example. All the rich men within Nigeria started somewhere, using people's money, using bank loan, borrowing money from different organizations and parastatals to get themselves to where they are today. And now they are able to pay the money back, and probably now on their own money, which I'm sure some of them are still on bank loan up until this moment as we're talking. That is number one. Number two, look at UK itself. I know there are people that can afford to buy a car worth 30,000, 40,000 cash down. I know there are people. There are people that can afford to buy a car worth £100,000, $200,000, and so they have people like that. But every day by day man, everyday common man, how many of them will be able to put £30,000 cash down to buy a car? There are people on £3,000 salary every month. There are people on $4,000 salary every month, yet they drive cars worth £50,000. Car finance, that is credit. There are a lot of people with properties. There are a lot of people who own property today in the UK. You understand? Do you think they pay cash down for that property? Not be so. They don't pay cash down. I know there are people where we say they feel buy their property cash down for this UK. There are people that will be able to pay £400,000 cash down for their property. But how many day-to-day man, how many day-to-day woman will be able to put £400,000 cash down to purchase a property? You get your property because you have put a deposit down, and because a lender is able to trust you. That is the reason why that lender was able to borrow you the money to purchase that property. You are still paying mortgage. That is credit. Your car, credit, finance, isn't it? Mortgage, credit, you're paying back, right? Now, other things that is not even as much as you buying a car worth 40,000 or buying a property worth 400,000. There are few things as well that are maybe 3,000. Sometimes you want to buy some household items. You buy them on credit and you pay the money back maybe every month or as at when. You pay minimum requirement on each of the money you spend on your credit card every month, as well as the car, as well as the house. Credits. Without these credits, would you have been able to purchase a car? Would you have been able to buy a house? I know you want to talk about old cars, maybe the car 2005 model or cars 2003 models that you take to mechanic today. Tomorrow the oil is short. Tomorrow the brake is failing and things like that. If you like that kind of lifestyle, you can always do it. You understand? Now let me tell you the reason why it is important for you to be very friendly with your credit in the UK, in the US, any part of the abroad where you did. Because if you borrow £50 from the bank and you are asked to pay £10 every month and you don't default, you don't miss out on any of this payment monthly, the bank will be able to give you another £100 in the next few months. That is how the system is created. That is how the system they run. If you take a car on finance and you are asked to pay £200 every month for 36 months, for 4 years, you understand? Depending on how many years you sign the contract, and you don't miss out on any of the payments, the company will be able to give you another car worth 60,000 when you finish the payment of that one, or when you finish the term. You understand? Not only that, your credit rating will continue to go up. The more you pay the money you borrow, the more you pay your mortgage, the more you pay your car finance, the more you pay the money on that credit card, the more you pay the money you borrowed, the money you pay on the more you pay the money on your store cards, the more your ability to get more comes. It will get to a time the bank is willing to borrow you £50,000 cash because they have trusted you to an extent. You understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't necessarily mean sometimes you have the money. Sometimes, like me, if I want to buy my ticket to travel somewhere, despite the fact that I have the cash with me, I'll use credit card to buy it. And I will pay the money back on the credit card maybe after 2 weeks. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want my credit rating to be up there. I don't want it to come down. Your credit rating is not measured by the amount of cash you are able to save